January 20th looks like everything is going to go as forward. I'm hoping that tweet describes exactly what will happen. Then what? Then what do we do with all these factions, Congresswoman?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to move forward, and I certainly support the president-elect's desire to do that. But I think it's also important for us to look backwards, because we have to look at what happened. We have to look at, what's transpired. Frankly, over the last 4 years, it's brought us to this point, because we don't want it to happen again. And you can't do that by, closing your eyes to what's going on in this country. And, yesterday was deeply, concerning and disturbing to see a place that I used to work with the windows, the historic windows smashed in, and the destruction that was taking place in the breach of the Capitol. And I don't think that we can ignore that. I think it's appropriate for the FBI and other investigators to, try to find these people and to prosecute them, because that has to send a message to the future, that these things are simply not acceptable. The President of the United States is a clear and present danger to America and to the Constitution. And I think that he has to be held accountable as well. He was the proximate cause of the insurrection that took place yesterday in the Capitol of the United States, and there has to be accountability for that.
What do you think, Judge Gregg? Does he stay till the 20th? Would you back efforts to end that? It's the 7th. It's 13 days.
Well, I think first we have to recognize that beyond the trauma and the horror of this invasion of our capital and the attack on our Congress, we are still an inherently resilient country. We're filled with good people, and they don't countenance. The vast majority of Americans simply don't countenance mob rule and anarchy. Unfortunately, our president does, and he has desecrated the office of presidency, and he's demeaned the people of our country. And honestly, I think he appears to be unhinged. Were he a private citizen, we'd say we hope he gets help. Unfortunately, he's the president, and he's acted in a manner that if he had any self-respect, he would resign. There's really nothing that can repair this damage, in my opinion, to our reputation in the short run. The only thing we can do now is hope that we have leaders on both sides of the aisle, because remember, this type of violence is occurring in other places in our country, whether it's in Seattle or Portland or now most significantly in Washington, have leaders who speak to reinforce our national strengths as a country and say to our people, listen, we're a great and unique country. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in our Constitution. And we're going to pursue a country that is orderly. And that's what we need is leadership right now.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.